Ever pondered over how daunting it might be to plan a budget for a home extension? Well, you're not alone. Many homeowners find themselves in a maze of financial planning when it comes to extending their homes. This task often appears to be a challenge due to the multitude of factors involved. Costs can vary significantly based on factors such as the size of the extension, the materials used, and unforeseen complications. Moreover, it's not just about the construction costs. There are other expenses such as permits, architect fees, and potential costs of living elsewhere during construction. Without a clear financial plan, these costs can quickly spiral out of control, leading to stress and financial strain. That's why it's crucial to have a comprehensive budget in place before embarking on a home extension project. Remember, a home extension is not just about creating more space. It's an investment in your home and your quality of life. Getting your budget right from the start can make your home extension project a less stressful and more rewarding experience. Planning a budget for a home extension isn't as complicated as it might seem. It's a three-step process: defining the scope of the project, estimating costs, and setting a contingency plan. Let's break it down. First, define the scope of your project. This is where you outline exactly what you want to achieve with your home extension. Do you need an extra bedroom, a larger kitchen, or perhaps a sunroom? Be specific about your needs and wants. This will not only guide your design, but also help you understand the financial implications of your decisions. Next, estimate the costs. This involves calculating how much it will cost to turn your dream extension into a reality. Start by researching the average costs of similar projects in your area. This will give you a ballpark figure. Then reach out to contractors for quotes. Remember to account for all aspects of the project, from materials and labor to permits and inspections. It's also important to consider unseen costs like potential utility upgrades or landscaping changes. Finally, set a contingency plan. Despite our best efforts to estimate costs accurately, unexpected expenses can and will arise during a home extension project. This could be due to unforeseen structural issues, changes in material costs, or even changes in your own plans. That's why it's wise to set aside an additional 10 to 20% of your total budget as a contingency. This gives you a safety net to handle any unexpected costs without jeopardizing the project. And here's a bonus tip: keep track of your expenses. Use a spreadsheet or a budgeting app to record every single expenditure. This will not only help you stay within budget, but also give you a clear picture of where your money is going. By sticking to these steps, you can create a realistic budget for your home extension. Remember, a well-planned budget is the foundation of a successful home extension project. It gives you control over your finances and peace of mind, knowing that you're making a sound investment in your home. Despite the best laid plans, there are common pitfalls that can derail your budget. When it comes to budgeting for a home extension, there are three major blunders that homeowners frequently make. The first common mistake is underestimating costs. It's easy to look at the price of materials and labor and think, that's not so bad, but the devil is in the details. From the cost of blueprints to the expense of permits, the little things can add up quickly. One way to avoid this pitfall is to do thorough research beforehand. Consult with professionals, get multiple quotes, and always account for the unexpected. Speaking of the unexpected, that brings us to the second common mistake: not considering unexpected expenses. No matter how well you plan, there will always be surprises along the way. Maybe you discover a hidden issue that needs fixing, or perhaps the cost of materials suddenly spikes. These unexpected expenses can throw your entire budget off track if you're not prepared. The solution: always set aside a portion of your budget for these unknowns. Think of it as your safety net, there to catch you when the unexpected happens. The third common mistake is not setting aside a contingency fund. This is different from your unexpected expenses fund. A contingency fund is there to cover cost overruns, while the unexpected expenses fund is for unforeseen issues. It's recommended to set aside about 10 to 20% of your total budget for your contingency fund. This fund serves as an extra layer of protection, ensuring that you won't have to halt the project midway due to lack of funds. In summary, the key to avoiding these common mistakes is careful planning and preparation. Do your homework, anticipate the unexpected, and safeguard your budget with a contingency fund. Remember, it's better to overestimate your budget and have money left over than to underestimate it and be caught short. Avoiding these mistakes will not only help you stick to your budget, but also ensure a smoother home extension process. Thankfully, there are tools available to make the budgeting process easier. Picture this: a world where you can digitally track your expenses, set budget limits, and visualize your financial progress. That's what budgeting tools and apps offer. First up, we have budgeting software like Quicken, which allows you to import transactions, categorize them, and track your spending. It's like having a personal financial assistant. Next, consider an app like Mint. It connects to your bank account and automatically updates your expenses in real time. It also provides helpful insights and tips to keep your budget on track. Then there's YNAB, short for You Need a Budget, a tool that adopts a unique approach by giving every dollar a job, ensuring you've accounted for all your expenses. Finally, for a more hands-on approach, consider Excel or Google Sheets. These spreadsheet programs allow you to customize your budgeting to your specific needs. With these tools in hand, you can manage your home extension budget with ease. To wrap it up, budgeting for a home extension doesn't have to be a daunting task. Let's revisit the key points we've discussed. The first step is planning. This means defining your project, identifying the materials you need, and estimating the costs. Remember, an informed plan is your best defense against unexpected expenses. Moving on, we discussed common mistakes. Underestimating the costs, not factoring in unexpected expenses, and failing to consider the value of your time can all lead to financial stress. But don't worry, we've got you covered. By being aware of these pitfalls, you can plan to avoid them. Finally, we talked about the tools that can help you manage your budget. Handy applications and online calculators can be real lifesavers, making the process of budgeting simpler and more efficient. With careful planning, avoiding common pitfalls, and using the right tools, you can manage your home extension budget effectively and without stress.